away from the tables. There'll be time for networking here in a few more minutes. Everybody work your way up here for me. We've got some slides to look at and then there's some music here. I'll join you up here. Gavin, Joe's looking for you. Gavin? I know Gavin's here somewhere. Hey. Where is he? Yes, I could do We don't need to talk. I've been in the training center for the last 3 weeks. I'm transitioning to 747 right now. Oh, okay. Let's talk. Good. Hey, thanks for coming, everybody. My name's Mark Hardcastle. I'm also an author and a speaker. I haven't had the privilege of working with Black Card Books. Just for my own information, I understand there's a bunch of Black Card Books folks here tonight. Oh my goodness, that's more than I knew. I didn't realize you were all here. Great, thanks for coming tonight to celebrate and honor your partner, Anastasia Button. I did my book a whole different way. I didn't even know Black Card existed when I did my stuff 3 years ago. So we're here tonight to celebrate the launch of this book, and it's about millennials. Now, we all know that millennials have a bit of a reputation, right? You know beyond that? You know it, I know it, I won't belabor that point here. But Anastasia, she kind of begged to differ with you about the nature of that reputation. She doesn't deny it, but she does a brilliant job in her book of reframing what we are often mistakenly seeing. We see millennials, we see entitlement. What she sees is people creating meaning. Now, that's not a new idea. Back in 1946, a Holocaust survivor by the name of Viktor Frankl. Who's heard of Viktor Frankl in here? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Good show of hands. Sorry?
Chicken Soup Man.
Different author. Viktor Frankl was actually a Holocaust survivor, and he wrote back in 1946 that life is not so much a quest for pleasure or power as it is a quest for, anybody know? Meaning. Yeah, thank you. So that's pretty well known. That's not uncommon. But he goes on to say something that a lot of people are not aware of, and I think it's particularly appropriate tonight. He went on to say that ever more people today have the means to live, but no meaning to live for. Enter Anastasia B. Button and her new book, hashtag New Job, New Life. So why Anastasia and why now? Well, there's one more question. Why not? Let me tell you a story. Back in 1972, I was afraid when Anastasia asked me to do this that there was going to be a room full of millennials. And now, Anastasia, where are you? There's Anastasia. When were the first millennials born? What year?
1979.
1979. Okay, so in 1972, in January of that year, when I missed the question. What was the question, Anastasia?
Who just discovered they're millennials today?
Yeah, really. So back in 1972, in January, when I was sitting in my living room in Griffin, Georgia, watching the pregame show for Super Bowl number 6. Show of hands of the people who are alive for that. Those of you who are not alive may have read about it. You've seen, there's actually videos of that game on YouTube. That's something you guys know about, right? YouTube. So I'm sitting in my living room in Griffin, Georgia, watching the pregame show as they're getting ready to do this Super Bowl 6. Miami Dolphins versus Dallas Cowboys. Well, the pregame show involved having somebody sing the national anthem, as it does today. And that year it was going to be the Air Force Academy Cadet Chorale. So they came marching out onto the football field in their parade dress, looking really sharp, and out came James Roger Boyd, the director of the Cadet Chorale. Started them off on the national anthem, just a brilliant rendition. And of course, at the very end of that, here come the Thunderbirds, in their F4s. Remember those little F4s and rhinos? Yeah, flew over and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm in 7th grade, I'm just a kid. Man, those guys are cool. I looked over at my dad. He's sitting over there in his rocking chair, with his pipe. Back then, all the dads had pipes, and they smoked his pipe. And I'm like, Dad, Those guys are really cool. Man, it's too bad I could never be one of those. Why not? Why not? One of the most important questions in life. That's the first time I ever even thought about the possibilities. That question opened up so many possibilities for me. Well, Anastasia came to a point in her life a few years ago where she needed some possibilities. And as you'll hear tonight and see in her book, she took the time to figure out exactly what she wanted, indeed what she needed to do with her life. She had the courage to ask the most important possibility creating question in the world: why not? Tonight we're here to celebrate the first step of her commitment to the life's work that came out of that self-examination, the publication of her first book, #New Job, New Life. Congratulations, Anastasia. We're all excited to help you celebrate. So, first things first. Did everybody fill out one of those little slips of paper? We're going to have some drawings in a little while. We're going to get a copy of Anastasia's book. The dealership here has got some swag that we're going to draw for.
They're giving a Cadillac?
You know, funny you should say that. Gavin, would it be possible? Where's Gavin? Gavin, raise your hand. Would it be possible for somebody maybe to drive out of here tonight in one of these beautiful vehicles? You think you can make that happen? Okay, good. Yeah.
It can happen like 70, 80 times if you want.
Okay, so put that in your hip pocket, but the answer is no. One of those slips is not going to get you the keys to the car. Okay, but fill those out because there are going to be some other drawings, copy of the book, some gifts from the Cadillac dealership. And then from Anthony Pritchard, one of our other sponsors, Anthony Pritchard Communications, is going to have some things for you as well. So do that. Also, you know, I kind of alluded to this reality already, that we are all human at the end of the day, are we not? Which means we may need the necessary rooms. Oh, that was funnier when I rehearsed that this morning in the shower. That's supposed to be one of my jokes. And of course, if you hadn't found them yet, they're back there at the end of that hall. Let's see, what else? You've already found the refreshments. And have you had Ron's coffee yet tonight?
Yeah.
If you haven't had Ron's coffee, yeah. You got to have some of Ron's coffee before you leave here tonight. So feel free to enjoy that. Now, tonight I've already alluded a little bit. Tonight's possible because of sponsorship from John Elway Cadillac and from Anthony Pritchard Communications. You'll get to hear from each of those here in just a few minutes. And important, if you're not listening right now, I need you to listen to this. 10% of all proceeds from book sales, Anastasia has promised to donate 10% of all proceeds to the Semper Fi Fund supporting our wounded warriors. You'll get to learn a little bit more about Semper Fi here later in the evening as well. So, final detail before we get going in earnest. You've already done some networking. I can see you guys, you're gathered around the drinks and the food and that kind of thing. Anastasia wants this to be a productive time for everyone as well as informative and entertaining. So if you haven't met everyone in the room is somebody that you need to know. So make sure that you introduce yourself, set up a coffee for the next few days, and let's build some relationships out of the meeting tonight. That good, everybody? You okay with that? Good. So with that said, first sponsor of the evening is going to be John Elway Cadillac, and while Gavin's making his way up to the front here, a couple of challenges that Anastasia addresses in the book. You know, like I said, they have millennials have some reputations. They also have some challenges. One of the things that she said is millennials are the most educated generation of all time, but we're also carrying the most debt. There's a challenge. But the good news is, she talks about that in the book. She offers some solutions. And we'll have some more food for thought that Anastasia talks about over the course of the evening. So keep that in mind. Now it's time to hear from the first millennial of the evening. Gavin, come on up here. This is Gavin Pierce. Gavin is the GM of the John Elway Cadillac dealership right here. I had a great conversation with Gavin the other evening. He tells me that he grew up around the car business, been part of it with his family for his entire working life. In 2014, he came here from California, where he had been working with Toyota for over 8 years, came here to partner with the Elway Group to buy this dealership and take it to the next level of excellence. He's had some success with that. You may have seen the placards on the door here. In a short 3 years, he's led the company to substantially higher sales, to the point that they've won multiple awards from Cadillac. He tells me sometimes his guests are surprised to find themselves dealing with a millennial running the show, but he finds it gratifying to realize that he's been accepted by senior managers twice his age. So that tells me something about Gavin here.
I didn't say
Obviously,
twice his age.
you used those words. You did use those words. Obviously a leader among the millennial generation. He's taken a little bit of a different tack than many millennials that Anastasia talks about in her book. He's succeeded in the corporate world here and continuing to succeed. So let's welcome Gavin Pierce to tell us a little bit about how he's carried the day.
So first of all,